rare that fighters get, a third fight when they've lost the first two. Given the way that your fight with Rory went, do you think that there's a possibility that the UFC will look at giving him another rematch?
Yeah, I think obviously he's one of the best fighters in the UFC. If he wins a fight or two or maybe one, who knows? He'll be right back in there in the hunt. You don't go out there and put a performance on like that, and I don't think he took any steps back. I feel like he took steps up after that fight. He showcased a lot of heart, and he did a lot that night.
Can you just try to describe for people? I mean, I don't feel like 99% of people understand what it's like to go through what you went through that night. Like, when you're in that moment, can you try to even articulate what that feels like to be, the fourth, fifth round of something so like a spectacle like that?
Here's the thing, like when you're in there, you're just focused on what you need to focus on. If you're focused on how epic this is and like it's some sort of movie, that's not what it is.
Yeah.
It's you're bleeding. I don't have time to bleed. I need to stay sharp. I need, like you've seen the Predator back. You're bleeding. I don't have time to bleed. It's just like one of those things where you're just focused on what you need to do, and you're trying to be smart. You're trying to be tactical, and you're trying to be ferocious. And it was just going out there and not backing down. My coaches did a great job with me. Training partners did awesome, and I was in shape, and Rory pushed me to the limits.
Back to the Rory fight. I mean, going into that final round, you were down on the scorecards. We found out afterwards.
Not in my eyes.
Yeah. Was there a sense of urgency when you went into that round? Like, did you sense that might have been you might have needed a finish?
Well, my coach said, "Hey, don't run out of time." He told me, but I was thinking, I'm winning this fight because I just felt like I was landing all the big shots, and obviously he did the nice head kick, cut me with some elbows, but I felt like as far as like hard punches, sharp punches, I was doing a lot, but obviously no, I didn't feel either way. I'm going out there to try to knock somebody out, and I felt great, and my coaches told me, hey, don't let time run out, so I didn't let time run out.
What does a fight like that do to you? Because a lot of people, they have a fight like that, it changes them forever. They don't fight the same way. They avoid fights like that. You seem to embrace fights like that. So how do you handle it? And is it just embracing through chaos or what?
My whole life, I just feel like that was like my fourth quarter, games on the line, balls and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, game winner. That was my moment. I feel like my whole life I've been doing those things, counting down, it's just like that was the moment.
So if that one was the buzzer beater, what's this for Condit? You keep having these type of fights where it's just like, how does he keep winning?
Yeah, it's just go out there and push myself. I need to go out there and get better every day. So that's what I do. My coaches and training partners push me to the limits and make sure I'm sharp. And I have an ability to stop people.
Yes, you do.
So now it's just concentrate on being sharp and not getting touched. That's what it comes down to. Damage, one-sided.
And avoiding damage, exactly. There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, try to keep this one-sided. Offense is great. People love to see it, but defense is what wins championships.
And you've shown an improved defense. Was that kind of hard for you to embrace, taking that? I mean, that patience. We've seen a patient Robbie Lawler lately.
It's patience. I feel like that's the most important thing. I feel like I've always been pretty defensive as far as covering up and stuff, but I think it's more of my distance and patience, just like you said. It's not just rush it in like I'll land 3 to your 2 or 2 to your 4 and I won. So it's being a little smarter, listening to my coaches, sharpening up my tools.
Obviously, it seems like you try not to make things too big. You stay in the moment. But when you watch a fight like that back, something that everyone considers one of the greatest fights that they've ever seen, I mean, is that something you're particularly proud of more than other fights?
It's awesome that the fans loved it, but I think what I look at when I see that, I'm like, the world got to see who I was. I'm not just a guy who can knock people out. I'm tactical, and I have a lot of heart. Something that you don't see, like when you watch a lot of fights, you're like, man, he was real technical, he's power, but then you see that and you're like, whoa. And it was just nice to show the world who I am inside as a fighter.